today on 15 on 15.
The parking meters will be installed on Monday, but there are alternatives for those who don't want to pay. Plus, find out how germ-free living could be making you sick. And Aruba Marriott celebrates 20 years on the island. Welcome back to another edition of 15 on 15 here on Channel 15 ATV with Daniela Piazzi. Let's start off the show with the latest local news topics. As many may know, the parking meters will all be set up by Monday morning. Visitors will have to pay 2 florins an hour for parking, and local employees of the area will have to set a monthly fee. But what about if you do not want to pay for parking? Well, here are your alternatives. The idea of installing parking meters in the town area has not been well received by the local community. Many are upset about how quickly this transition was made, and they feel misguided by the project's intentions. Initially, it was thought that the parking meters would be installed in commercial areas to make them more accessible to visitors. Now, areas all over downtown have been marked, and employees of Randstad are not too happy. They feel forced into paying a monthly fee. But ATV spoke with representatives of Arubus to find out what are the alternatives to paying for your spot. Options of open free spaces will be available at the Aruba Tourism Authority, Linear Park, the Aruba Post Office, and behind the Aruba Courthouse. An estimate of 400 parking spaces should be available. They recognize that the distance to these open lots are quite big, and they are looking into the possibility of offering a shuttle to facilitate the commute to work. Also, for those who fear to get towed, the Aru Parking Office has announced that they will not be putting tire clamps on vehicles just yet. For now, incorrectly parked cars will get a warning sticker to facilitate the transition. For those who do not want to receive a warning ticket, monthly parking passes will be available at Aru Parking Office. In other news, the awareness campaign Duna Aruba Lo Mejor Dibo, which translates literally to Give Aruba the Best of Yourself, has inaugurated 2 new buses to promote being friendly and cordial to all visitors and locals on the island. This national campaign focuses on the tourism sector of the island, and it is the updated version of Mi Compromiso campaign, which stimulated all contributors of the tourism sector to work with passion. The 2 new buses serve as a reminder to continue giving the island and its visitors the best of ourselves. Besides this awareness campaign, Aruba has always been known to be very friendly and service-oriented. People who always are ready to help out. On another tourism-related note, the online travel site Expedia has announced their success with Aruba's bookings. This past week, the lodging partner services Expedia gave a presentation to the tourism-related entities on the island. For companies with properties on the island, Expedia is able to promote them over their various online booking sites, such as Hotels.com, Travelocity, and Trivago. Once a room is booked, the hotel is notified. Over the past year, the company has done very well in the Dutch Caribbean and Puerto Rico. The area manager stated that the company's profits from the Aruban market have grown by 23% over the past year, which is very high compared to other Caribbean regions. Turning the page this week, the Aruba Marriott celebrates its 20th year on the island. Since the inauguration of their first hotel, the Marriott has added 2 more resorts, and they have grown from 500 to 1,500 employees. The Aruba Marriott has a good reason to celebrate, not only for their growth in size, but also for their growth in staff. The Aruba Marriott has always been known for treating their employees very well. With 95% of local employees, the turnover is very low. In fact, 25% of the workers that helped open the hotel's doors 20 years ago have stayed loyal to the hotel chain. The Aruba Marriott Stellaris Resort and Casino would like to dedicate this special celebration to all of their devoted employees. Stay with us, because after the break we'll have the latest health topics for you, from how a broken heart can be fatal and whether skipping a meal is the right choice. We'll be right back. After the break, find out why being a germ-free could have its negative effects on your health. Welcome back from the break. Let's move on to some health topics. New studies show that, contrary to popular belief, attempting to stay germ-free may actually be detrimental to your health. Some researchers call it the hygiene hypothesis, which argues that 2 clean environments can prevent the immune system from learning to deal with germs naturally. Our partners at NBC have the story for you.
cleanliness may be next to godliness, but it doesn't guarantee a clean bill of health. It's an idea researchers call the hygiene hypothesis. It argues that modern society's too clean environments are preventing the immune system from ever learning how to deal with germs naturally, leaving all of us more susceptible to illness. Allowing the odd germ to flourish is especially important when it comes to kids, and could spare them from the onset of allergies. Scientists know that children who grow up on farms surrounded by dust, soil, and domestic animals have immune systems that are better protected against asthma, hay fever, and allergies. Why? According to a new study from a group of Belgian researchers, exposure to the great outdoors allowed their immune systems to react more efficiently to a wide range of germs. But for the 50 million Americans suffering from seasonal wheezing and sneezing, how do you clear the air?
On another note, many of us know that a broken heart can cause your emotional pain. But did you know that it can also cause severe physical pains? It is called broken heart syndrome, and it can actually be fatal. Some may identify a broken heart as uncontrollable crying, an unstoppable craving for ice cream, and an inability to sleep. But an actual broken heart will bring chest pain, dizziness, weakness, shortness of breath, fainting, and it can even cause death. In reality, a broken heart is a rhythm disorder caused by emotional trauma. This type of heart rhythm disorder is mostly seen in elderly women. Although it looks like a heart attack, patients do not have blocked arteries. Broken heart syndrome often causes couples to die within days or even hours of one another from the emotional distress and pain. Emotional triggers of this condition include grief, panic, anger, and frustration. Doesn't that sound like the stages of grief when you lose a loved one? Turning the page on our health-related news stories of the day, although you know breakfast is the most important meal of the day, sometimes you just do not have the time to make a heart-healthy meal. So do you skip breakfast altogether, or you just take a calorie-filled treat? You may think avoiding the added calories and sugar of a donut and skipping breakfast altogether must be better. But when one skips breakfast, you are actually causing your body to work in an unhealthy way. At night, your body is fasting, so in the morning you need fuel to get your metabolism going. Without food as fuel, you will not be able to function throughout the day. Studies also show that eating a consistent breakfast is associated with a reduced risk of health consequences such as heart disease and diabetes. While donuts isn't the ideal fuel for your body, it will at least start your day. If you eat nothing, chances are you will feel tired, sluggish, and have low energy. Plus, once you get into the habit of eating a healthy morning meal, it isn't so time-consuming after all. So there you have it. Eating something sweet is better than not eating at all. Stay with us because we'll be right back with more 15 on 15. When we come back, the Aruba Marriott celebrates their 20th anniversary in a very big way. Welcome back from the break. The Marriott is the biggest and one of the most successful hotels on the island. It is also run by one of the most prestigious hotel chains. This past week, the Aruba Marriott Resort and Casino celebrated a big anniversary.
This is a toast to all of you who made this resort so special. Thank you for 20 fabulous years. And here's to another 20 if we can live so long. Cheers.
Mr. Scott Ringer was the first general manager of the Aruba Marriott Resort and Casino when it first opens its doors on August 30th, 1995. He was the special guest of this big celebration along with 150 employees and 500 loyal partners attended.
Emotional. It's been an incredible few days here at the resort, and what I notice more than anything are the people. As I said to everybody in the beginning, anyone can build a $80-100 million facade. They've put millions in it ever since, but it's the people that make any resort. And as we saw tonight in the party, it's those 135 or so that have been here for all 20 years that have created the culture and maintained it over these years. So it's pretty exciting.
Marriott has been lucky enough to have very dedicated workers throughout the years. The hotel chain is famous for their iconic way of treating their employees. Their philosophy is, happy employees will make happy customers. Over the years, the Marriott Resort and Casino has branched out into the Marriott Ocean Club and the Marriott Surf Club. Although the hotel has grown, their mission stays the same.
The physical structure, the lobby's totally different. La Vista's expanded, Tuscany's is gone, Ruth Chris is here. But it's still the Aruba Marriott. It's still the same. And you talk about Bill Marriott and the philosophy. J.W. Sr., who's long since passed, said the only way to have happy customers is to have happy employees. And so my job, Tom's job, is not the customer, it's the staff. If we take care of the staff, they'll take care of the customer. And that's the key.
The Aruba Marriott Resort and Casino is the largest in the chains of Latin America and the Caribbean portfolio. They're considered as the Caribbean's gem, not only for their infrastructure or their guests, but also for their knowledge and experience in the tourism industry. Thank you so much for watching. These were your daily news updates and trending lifestyle topics. Be sure to tune back in Monday night at 7:15 p.m. on Channel 15 ATV for more 15 on 15. See ya then. For now, have a great weekend.